Hey guys, hope you are all doing well today. So we have a matchup between the High Elves going up against the forces of Brettonia. This was a battle sent by Black Dead, so thank you for this High Elf build. Basically, it's just a very cav heavy High Elf build, and this is actually surprising since you don't expect most factions to go up and contest the elite Brettonian cavalry. It seems like this High Elf player has decided to see if he can outmaneuver and outfight the Brettonian cavalry. So on the right flank we have 2 units of Silver Helms with shields and 1 unit of the Fireborn, the regiment of renowned dragon princes. They are going to be so powerful in this matchup. They also look so cool with their fiery swords. On the left flank we have 1 unit of the dragon princes, and Vanguard deployed are 2 units of Illyrian Reavers in either corner. The main reason you don't see most factions trying to contest Brettonian cavalry is because they just have so many options for anti-large cavalry that trying to contest Brettonian cavalry usually results in the complete death of really anything that tries to fight them. But in this case, Brettonian player only brought 3 units of cavalry, which really won't fare too well against the 6 units that the High Elf player bought. So again, with correct maneuvering and correct engagements, the High Elf player can definitely win this matchup against the elite Brettonian cav. For the front lines of Brettonia, actually we forgot the front lines of the High Elves. So we have 2 units of Rangers, 2 units of Spearmen, and 1 unit of the White Lines of Crace, all of which will generally beat down the Brettonian front line pretty effectively, though it may take a while since the majority of the investment in the High Elf build has gone into the cavalry. And we also have 1 unit of the Phoenix Guard. For the leadership of the High Elves, we have 1 Archmage with Lore of Death. Probably going to be bringing Spirit Leech. Yeah, Spirit Leech is very effective against enemy cavalry units, especially the Brettonian cav, since they have such high HP pools. They can definitely slowly but surely reduce their HP. And that's pretty much it for the High Elf build, so let's move on to Brettonia. Front line just going to be made up of a mixture of spearmen at arms, men at arms, peasant mobs. Really nothing that can hold out too well against the High Elf infantry, but again, holding out is exactly what they have to do, while the archers in the back attempt to do whatever sort of damage they can. Backing up the infantry is going to be 1 Grail Reliquae. I hope I'm saying that right. I've messed up so many names over the course of my Warhammer 2 career, so I really hope I'm saying Grail Reliquae. Yeah, I'm not great with French pronunciations and whatnot, but this guy's going to be great for, buffing up the front lines of Brettonia, helping them hold out for as long as possible. For the range, we have 2 units of Peasant Bowmen with Pox Arrows going to be poisoning down the front lines of the High Elves. Actually, 3 units. Yeah, 3 units with Pox Arrows and 1 unit with Fire Arrows. Yeah. So Fire Arrows going to be giving some decent fire damage against really any unit. They seems like currently going to be targeting some of these Silver Helms. They are shielded, so maybe not the best target, but still, the fire damage can be useful in certain matchups. Backing up the infantry is going to be 1 unit of the Foot Squires, and the Beast Slayers of Bastogne going to be the main anti-cavalry infantry unit, standing in the backline, hopefully protecting these archers. And for the beefy cav of Brettonia, 1 unit of the Knights of the Realm and 1 unit of the Grail Knights, both of which are anti-large, so they will trade relatively effectively against Silver Helms and the such, but again, against such a great number of High Elf cavalry, I doubt that they will get their full value. And on the right flank, we have 1 unit of the... oh god. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. So the Regiment of Renowned Knights Errant, which are anti-infantry, so they won't trade as effectively with cavalry units, but they can lay a beating on the High Elf infantry. For the leadership of Brettonia, we are going with the Fey Enchantress, going to be bringing some healing to this fight, and we also have a Paladin to bring some additional elements of anti-large to this fight. And with that, let's get this battle started. So seems like the Archmage of Death doing a very good Spirit Leech against these Grail Knights. Yes, slowly but surely wearing down their HP is going to be key for the High Elves. A decent engagement for the High Elves, shutting down these unit of peasant mobs, but they will be getting shot by these fire arrows. Front lines engaging each other at this point. Again, High Elves will be winning this fight pretty handily, but really it's going to be up to how quickly they can beat off the men-at-arms and whatnot that make up the Brettonian front lines. And with the Grail Reliquae charging in, that will definitely be helping the leadership of the Brettonian forces. And a great play from the High Elf player, running his Illyrian Cav from the corner and shutting down the peasant bowmen in the backline, catching 2 units at once. So great value from these 1 unit of Illyrian Reavers, and the Beastlers of Bastogne are nowhere close to save them. Though they do manage to catch the 2nd unit of Illyrian Reavers. Losing them is not the biggest loss since they aren't super costly, but they do manage to escape and will be charging into the back of these peasant bowmen. Unfortunately, some of them do get caught with the Beastlers, and so they will be losing some models, but majority of them do escape and charge into the units, this peasant bowman unit. And a huge engagement on the left flank, which is actually going heavily in the favor of the High Elves, surprisingly. So we have 3 units of cavalry going up against 3 units of High Elf cavalry going up against the Grail Knights and the Knights of the Realm. And the Fireborn have a great surround going on the normally elite Brettonian cavalry, which are also anti-large, so they should be dealing with Silverhelms and the Fireborn pretty effectively. But the fact that a surround came from the Fireborn allows the High Elf cavalry to absolutely decimate the elite Brettonian units. In the backlines are complete chaos for Brettonia, even though they... Sorry, my game crashed there for a second, but I think we're back, yeah. The backlines are complete chaos for Brettonia, but luckily, the front lines are somehow still holding out against spearmen and foot squires, though that likely won't be for long. Some men-at-arms and peasant mobs are massively overextended, but they will be slowly but surely making their way into the fight, though they can probably just be killed by cycle charging these dragon princes. Yeah, the High Elf cavalry has managed to win this fight very, very handedly, and that's basically won them the game at this point. Really, the only strength of the Brettonian army left are going to be these Beastlers of Bastogne and the leadership and hero corps, so the Paladin along with the Fey Enchantress. The Fey Enchantress is probably going to be able to be Spirit Leeched to death, and the Archmage is coming in for the kill. Any sort of archer unit left for Brettonia can easily be shut down by the cavalry corps that the High Elves still possess. Meanwhile, the mobility of the Brettonians is just completely gone. It's only High Elf, Illyrian, and Dragon Princes left to kill off any units that remain on the battlefield. As you can see, this is pretty much the last pocket of strength for Brettonia. We have Beastlers of Bastogne and Battle Pilgrims going up against the Phoenix Guard and Rangers. So even in that small pocket of strength, the High Elves will be winning that fight. So overall, great engagements for the High Elf player, really choosing his cavalry engagements wisely, allowing him to defeat the very elite cavalry units of Brettonia, and that's game as the Brettonian player does concede. So yeah, overall great plays from the High Elf player. Normally you don't expect to see a cavalry heavy build against the Brettonians succeed, but in this case, with very good matchups, the High Elf player does win in the end. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you guys in the next one.